How are you doing?
Wonderful. It's good to have you here with us today. It's a busy, busy time at ICTC, isn't it?
It is, and I was thinking about that on the drive in because for all the busyness that we have right now and for the reasons that we have it, it really is what you focus on. You focus on the students because if you just focus on what you have to do and the fact that maybe many of these things needed to be done yesterday or at least by tomorrow, when you just focus on the fact that they all center around accomplishments of our students, then it makes it all worth it.
Well, let's talk about it because there's a lot going on in terms of end-of-year type things and certifications and everything. Where are you going with it? You want to try that microphone over there?
Sure, I'll switch over.
That one's a little bit wonky.
There we go. That's much better.
Okay. There you go, indeed.
Yes.
Okay.
And so, this week, in fact, tomorrow we are going to be hosting the Rotary Scholarship Committee. They come in every year and are wowed by our students and the goals that our students have. And they help our students in two ways. They offer two different scholarships to ICTC students. One is a regular Rotary scholarship, and it's a renewable scholarship. So it's actually a scholarship for 2 years. So it ends up being $1,000. And then they also promote those that are going on to WCCC because they know that the community college is an avenue that meets the needs of many students in our area. And so when WCCC first came to town, they jumped on board and added this second scholarship, and so they continue to do that, and we appreciate that. So that's tomorrow. And then on Friday, it's a big day because a lot of our business and industry partners will be joining us for the day and working directly with our students because our teachers will be out of the room, and it will be those business and industry reps serving as judges with our senior students who are qualified to complete the NOCD exam. And so our sending schools are going through their academic testing this week, and so we are too, and our big test is that NOCD exam for our seniors, and that performance portion allows them to show in a technical lab setting what they can do as far as building the wall, laying the brick, and doing the layout and design of any type of poster or digital media production.
It's interesting to me because we think of kids taking their achievement tests in school and all of those standardized tests that are required and how nervous they get. And just as a student in an academic setting is going to have their various degrees of nervousness and abilities to handle that, students in a vocational setting might have that same sort of issue going on. Do I get nervous? But I would guess that in this particular case, the training really does kick in for them.
It does.
And the teachers prepare them for that.
Oh, they've been practicing for this for months, and it's by no fault, but our students do really, really well on this because this is what they've been doing every day, possibly for the last 3 years, building up to this. And, of course, this is the culminating activity. But many, many times they've done the same exact thing that they're being asked to do on this exam. It's just that what you're saying. Don't think of it as a test. Think of it as you're doing this one more time and showing then a different person that you actually can do it. And then that gives them the certificate signed by our governor saying that they have a high level of technical skill. And then that is what they can show to a future employer. Yeah,
it's the idea of adopting a mindset that says, well, this is what my chosen career path is. I'm going to have to do this in a work setting, so I might as well do it here because this is, for all intents and purposes, a work setting.
Right. Yeah. And not that it always happens and not that it is really why we do it, but sometimes we even have students receive job offers because of their performance on that test day because it is a business and industry rep judging them. And when they get really impressed and they have a need in their own business for somebody with those skills, sometimes it's a win-win.
Kelly Fox is with us, ICTC, those end-of-the-year types of things. You've still got, it's not quite the end of the year, you've got a whole other month of school. But you also have a silent auction coming up and other things, too?
We do. Actually, prior to the silent auction, we have 2 Wednesdays in May that will be very exciting for our students. And since we're focusing on our seniors with this NOCD exam, which will begin to occur on Friday with the performance and then all next week with the written, when we move on to Wednesday, May the 10th, we'll have some of our business and industry folks back that evening. And it's those folks that are actually looking for new hires. And so they come in to conduct not mock interviews with our students, but real live job interviews.
Oh, okay.
And so we have a senior career interview event Wednesday, May 10th, 6 to 8. And the reason I like saying that this morning is because there may be a business and industry rep listening who knows that they need someone in construction or automotive, maybe in our IT department or public services, manufacturing. So get familiar with the ICTC, even click onto our website and come on out and join us for career interviews, because it is an open invitation to all business and industry folks to come out, meet our students, and see if we can make a match so that we can employ some of our students in our local area.
Terrific. That's a great thing for the month of May. You said there were 2 Wednesday big events in May?
Yeah, and so you mentioned it. It was a silent auction, and that's coming up the following Wednesday, May 17th. And I brought you, I know we're on radio and nobody can see it, but if they stop by the radio station, there are flyers for both of these events if anyone's interested. And so the silent auction is unique in the fact that, when you come to ICTC, you expect masonry to build those nice benches and flower pots and things like that. You would expect maybe carpentry to build a bench or a doghouse or something like that. But what we've asked our teachers to do is look around and see what kind of scrap material do you have? And then what kind of creativity do you have? And what kind of unique items can you put together? And again, it's not them, but they're instructing their students to do this. And so they have come up with some really neat things that you don't typically see and that don't typically get ordered at the ICTC. So it's a silent auction, and anybody can come through, kind of like an open house. You just walk through every program area. They'll have their items on display. There'll be a little clipboard, and you can write down your bids next to the items that you're interested in. And it's a fun evening, very, very fun. We did it for the first time last year, and there were a few hot items around the building. And so when that final time of 7:30 rolls around and the final bidding is announced, it was fun to see how people flocked to their items.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Just to see if they got it?
That's exactly right. And to, maybe put in that extra bid if they needed to.
Oh, yeah, the last-minute ticket?
Yes, exactly.
Toss that baby in there.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
We built some excitement over our PA system, and folks really enjoyed themselves.
So that's May 17th, and anybody can come?
5:30 to 7:30, and those items will be on display as early as 5 o'clock. All of our people usually come early, and we'll be ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice way to host the community.
Yeah, and it really showcases what the kids can do.
Absolutely. Yeah, we had some neat retro lighting fixtures from electrical occupations and just really neat things. Graphics did a great job. They had some really nicely designed cornhole sets, and those were big items last year.
We were talking a couple of moments ago about the NOCD certifications. You've had some recent attainments of certifications by some of your students.
We have. It is this time of the year, too, when students are testing because it is the end of the year. And so right now I can tell you that we have 2, 4, 5... at least 5 of our seniors in cosmetology who are already state licensed cosmetologists. So, we all go out and get a haircut at some point, right? And so our girls right now, and they are all girls, it could be a guy, but it's not. All girls are certified in their cosmetology field, and so when they graduate, they can go and apply to our local salons, or if they want to move out of the area and go bigger, where some of the big high fashion is, they can do that as well.
They're pros.
They are.
They're pros. They're certified.
They are. And, I like to brag on our collision repair department, too, because he has a great partnership with PPG. And he just recently took a group of juniors down to Allison Park, to the PPG Center down there, and he does that every year. And he came back. All the students that went came back with PPG certification. And so when you're leaving ICTC and you're looking for those collision repair jobs, that is what an employer is looking for. They're looking for that PPG certification. And while they were there, they actually used some Go Green type technology, which is what our employers are using. Everything is going green and trying to be as clean as possible. So they have an environmental certification along with the certifications that are waterborne with the paint and EPA. And so not just one certification, but it was a training. And then the kids walked out of there with a lot of credentials behind their name already.
That's pretty interesting because, you think about Pennsylvania, and all of the deer collisions that we have. There's certainly plenty of opportunity in that field.
Isn't that the truth? Unfortunately, right?
She is Kelly Fox with us from ICTC. So events are happening through the month of May, and next time we talk to you, it'll probably be about graduation, huh?
It will. It will. We're already thinking about our senior ceremony. It'll be at the Indiana Junior High School this year. So if we have parents listening, making their plans, we're putting that all together.
Yeah, and now once more for the event that is coming up for May the 10th. Potential employers that want to interview students, what do they need to do? Who do they need to contact?
They should contact ICTC 724-349-6700. They could ask to talk to Kelly Fox. They could ask to talk to Mike Miller, Melinda Elbell. Most anybody will take a message and get it to the right person.
Set them up. Very good. Thank you, Kelly.
Yes, very good. Thank you, Todd.
It is Indiana in the Morning, presented as always by First Commonwealth Bank on AM 1160 WCCS and 101.1 FM. In our next hour, a visit with Stephanie Scourin. She's from the YMCA. They have Healthy Kids Day coming up. Right now, coming up, Fox News. And then Josh Whittison is in our newsroom. Jack Benedict with sports. The Pirates, gosh, they lose 1-0 last night.